Wow.
Vikings 0-3. Is the season over? Welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus. Vikings starting off 0-3. And as much as you love the Vikings, as much as positivity you have to start asking yourself, is this season over?
Is the season over? Before we answer that very important question, remember to subscribe to the channel. We are closing in on 10K. We got some great giveaways lined up for that. So we're not going to get there if you don't hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, just because the season's over doesn't mean the Onebar and Lupagus show is over. We are going to be here every damn week, win, lose, tie, whatever it is. But I mean, we're going to be real here. We're not going to drink some purple Kool-Aid. We're going to ask ourselves, is this season over?
Yeah, and no matter what, we're going to support this team. I'm decked out in purple. You're in black, but it's all Viking stuff. We're going to support our boys no matter what, no matter how it goes, how ugly it gets, how gross it gets. We're 0-3. If it gets darker, gets worse, we're going to be here.
Yeah, I mean, 0-3, look at the statistics. They're not great. You start doing the math, start looking what every other team has done that started 0-3. Chances are the fact that we're going to make the playoffs are about as high as Lupagus not having another beer. It's not good.
Chances are low of that happening. And so I'm going to answer it. I'm going to answer it right now. I'm going to answer the question. Is the season over?
I'm scared.
Is this 2023 season over? Yes, it's over. Because the Vikings have already shown they can lose to teams that they should beat. They've done it twice now. They should have beat the Bucs week 1. They should have beat the Chargers at home. Week 3, you lose both those games. There's something about this team. It's just not meshing. The things aren't there. You're 0-3. You dug yourself a hole. And this is a team that's finding ways to lose games and not finding ways to win. And that is a huge difference between, say, 10 wins and 6 wins.
You can't lose to the Chargers at home when they're 0-2, when they're a very just not great team as well. I mean, they're pretty close to the Vikings as far as the issues they have. It's a huge.
And let's not forget, they gave us this game. Well, we didn't take it. We didn't want it. We said, no, thank you. Thank you for offering, but we don't want this. You guys take this win.
Vikings have some very good players on their team. Don't get me wrong. Future is not like, oh my God, we're going to suck for the next 10 years. You got Jefferson, you got Addison, you got Hawkinson. You have some very good pieces along the offensive line. You got some good pieces on the defensive side of the ball. But shit is not aligning this year. Here's one thing I just want to say is everybody is saying like last year was a fluke. Oh, just gimme is we got lucky. That's bullshit. We're still a very good team. It's not coming together this year. And through 3 games, it's not coming together. And when you look at the fact that the Lions are 2-1, Packers are 2-1, we're 0-3. We're 0-3.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad news.
It's just weird. Like the vibe doesn't feel like it's there. It just feels off this year. Everything about this team just feels gross. It just doesn't feel right. And it's showing on the field. I mean, look at the things that went wrong today. The fluky Caleb Evans missing the interception. It was right there, but what does it do? It bounces off his hands, goes into a Chargers mitt. TJ Hawkinson, a double doink. It ends up being an interception.
Doink.
Madison fumbling, but it gets called back. I mean, things aren't going the Vikings' way. They had chances to win this game. It was given to them, silver platter. They couldn't cash it in. First week against the Bucs, the same thing. I mean, opportunities were there. You're not cashing them in. Every season is a different story, and this story is ass.
Sucks. This story is horrible. Hate everything about it. And you got to look at what's coming up for the Vikings. We got the Panthers next week, which is by no means a gimme. I'd love to say that it is, but we're in no point to say anything is a gimme when you're 0-3. You got the Chiefs, you got the Niners, you got the Packers. You got some very good teams. I know we got the Bears coming up as well, but it's looking rough. It's looking very, very rough.
I mean, it's really looking best case scenario. This team is like 3-6 at the end of the season.
Oh, God.
And that's horrible. It's a horrible spot to be in, but that's the truth of it. And that's what this team has done to themselves, dug themselves into. And there's really too much talent on this team for it to look like this. It comes down to execution. It comes down to securing the football. And this 2023 Vikings just don't have it.
Which is the silver lining because we have some very good players on this team. Moving forward, we'll see what happens. This is not like we're in a rebuild mode for the next 5 years. But this year is looking rough. If the Lions would have lost today, Packers would have lost today, different story. They didn't. They won. They did what they should have done. and they won the game just like we should have done. And we did it at home. We've lost 2 games at home, 0-3, and 2 of them at our home. That is a big signal that you should be sending the alarms. Like shit is not going right.
1-3 if you go back to the playoffs. We lost the Giants at home in the playoffs. So again, it doesn't mean the Vikings can't go on a run. Like you can't. My fear is this: we're not going to be bad enough to get a very high draft pick. We're going to end up picking anywhere from 12 to 16, just outside the range of a top quarterback. It's what we do. There's too much talent. I think we're still going to end up winning 6 to 7 games, but just enough to make you not in that range to get the franchise-changing quarterback.
Just remember this. Just because we're saying it's over doesn't mean it's over. Crazier things have happened. This is Minnesota Vikings. This is the NFC North that's not overly talented. So things can happen. They can pull their shit together. But as of right now, through 3 games, it's about as worst case scenario as you can get.
Well, and like we said, I mean, you've lost games you should win. And that, to me, is the biggest thing. And there's no reason to think that's going to change all of a sudden. And we go on the road to Carolina. Should you win that game? Yeah, they're not a great team. They're a team with a rookie quarterback, whether he starts or not. We'll see. Something like Dalton's doing okay. You should win that game. You should win that game. You know, it's Andy Dalton. He's like 38 years old. He's got red hair. He's gross.
What's wrong with that?
You should beat him. You should beat him, but there's nothing to believe in this team that you think they can do that. They haven't shown it yet.
Until this team gives us a reason to believe in them, to root for, we'll be rooting for them.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
To believe in them, to just say, like, you know what, they're going to run. Can't do it.
And again, it doesn't mean we're Debbie Downers.
No.
We love this team. We believe in this team.
Paulies.
But we're also realists. And 0-3, it's not good. Historically, it's not good for the outcome of your season. Maybe the Vikings do something nutty and flip the script. But right now, I think the season's over.
Even at 0-2, the stats are behind you. 0-3, stats get even worse. So let us know. Is it over? Big thing is, regardless if it's over, you're sticking with us throughout the whole season.
We'll be here. We'll be here all season long, no matter how gross and dark it gets. We are here.
Let's go.
And remember this: human bones are 31% water.